before the video starts, I just wanted to say sorry in advance because my nose is super stuffy and my throat hurts, so you're definitely going to hear that at points in this video. So, yeah. Are consoles dying? And if so, when will they end? Alright, so let's take a step back to the year 2000. The PS2 has just been released, and this is looking to be the best year ever for consoles, with over 150 million PlayStation 2 sold worldwide. Absolutely everyone has one. Game on PC? I wouldn't dream of it. November 22nd, 2005 rolls around. The all-new Xbox 360 is released, another massive hit. BAM! Over 80 million Xboxes sold. Everything is looking great for console gaming. How could this momentum ever die out? Now let's skip ahead to November 11th, 2006. The PS3 has just been released, and it's a huge hit. What a surprise. Nearly 84 million PS3 sold, and then 11 days later, the infamous Wii gets released. Only 1 million less copies sold than the original PlayStation, sitting at 101 million consoles sold. What a great year for console gaming. Not as good as 2000, but still good. Now let's fast forward to 7 years later. November 15th, 2013. The PS4 releases and sells 53 million copies. Wait. Hold up, 53 million? Yes, 53 million. Approximately 30 million less sold than the PS3, which is an absolute massive difference. Then a week later, Microsoft releases the Xbox One. Apparently, get this, Microsoft was planning on selling 200 million units. And after having said that, how many Xboxes do you think Microsoft sold? 26. They sold 26 million units. That's terrible. Nearly 57 million difference than the Xbox 360. Now that I've told you that, I think there's a pretty clear trend going on here. And if for some odd reason you haven't seen a trend in what I've just told you, here it is. Console sales are going down. And they're going down fast. Now what could this possibly mean for Sony and Microsoft? So even if consoles were to end, I don't think that Microsoft would suffer all that much because of Windows and their many other computers and phones and so on and so forth. Sure, losing the Xbox would definitely be a big blow, but not quite as big as if it were to happen to Sony. In comparison with Microsoft, Sony is a smaller company. But how much smaller would it become without PlayStation? I think Sony would suffer a huge loss, because other than the PlayStation, what else does Sony have? Sure, they make TVs and cameras, but they can never be as big as they once were. Over the past year or so, we heard that Microsoft and Sony have been working on upgrading consoles. The Xbox One, Project Scorpio, and the PlayStation 4 Neo. To what I have seen, these are just more powerful consoles. Evidently, the devs couldn't wait the standard 6 years to release a new console. So what does this change? Aaron Greenberg had this to say. We think the future is without console generations. We think that the ability to build a library, a community, to be able to iterate with the hardware. We're making a pretty big bet on that with Project Scorpio. We're basically saying, this isn't a new generation. Everything you have continues forward, and it works. We think of this as a family of devices. And I'm sure the same can be said for the PS4 Neo. So essentially this means other than having consoles come out every 6 years or so, maybe it will come out on a yearly basis, or maybe every 2 years. But none of that matters, since this is only speculation, and so nothing has been confirmed about these annual releases. But they obviously made this choice because they know that the life of consoles are ticking, and sooner or later they will inevitably die out. Like, let's say that they were to start annually upgrading these consoles. The average consumer would definitely not be able to buy the yearly console. And at this point, PC building would by far be the cheapest option for gaming. And we are already seeing signs that the PC master race is beginning to rule the gaming industry, as the PC gaming market is exploding, having made over $30 billion profit in 2016. Wow. But I can honestly not see a close future in which Xbox and PS4 do all that well. And as for the Nintendo Switch, I think it will be another flop. And unfortunately, I foresee many flops for Nintendo in the future. Now come with me to the PC Master Race before it's too late. Join me. In 2017, there was only one way to game, and trust me, it's not on consoles. Ascend.